you're out there watching the replay. So I want to start off by saying that you being here today is already a strategic move. Our industry is always one in which agents have a hard time really scaling. And generally speaking, most people in our industry are in need of help. And unfortunately, most people are just not willing to do what it takes to get that help. There's just not enough hand raisers in our industry. So the fact that you guys are all here, and anytime anyone watches this or any training or participates in any training, that's a really great starting point if you're still early in the business. Get into the habit of consistently bettering yourself is really, really important. And it's not just about doing it in the early part of your career. It's about always doing it. In time when everyone's kind of shouting about lead gen hacks and viral reels and complex funnels, we're going to go back to the root of what this business is and the thing that builds a thriving real estate business faster, longer, with more joy, because that's important, than any trendy tactic ever could. And that's relationships. All right, so that's the theme of today. The theme of today's session is this. You don't scale a real estate business alone, you scale it through community. All right, so this webinar is not just about referrals, it's about a structure around connection so you feel supported, seen, and surrounded by opportunity at all times. So let's begin with the why. I always in all my trainings put the why as sort of my first slide post intro. It's deeper than just more deals, okay? Building foundations is one of your pillars that you're looking for. There's 3 pillars all in all. So if you're feeling stuck in your business or you're just starting out, you're probably not lacking tools, you're probably lacking people. All right, and that's not a character flaw. It's just how most agents are taught. Hustle harder, do it yourself, grind, etc. Here's the truth. The strong relationships, or just strong relationships, are the foundation of every agent's next level, regardless of what the level that they're on now. All right, that makes sense. Let me repeat it. Strong relationships are the foundation of every agent's next level. It's the lenders who fight for your deals. It's the inspectors who help you look like a hero. It's the clients who rave about you online. It's the coach, perhaps, who helped you believe you could charge what you're worth. Those are your foundations. All right, let's talk about generating wealth. So relationships equals referrals, support, and real leverage. All right, I know agents who never cold call, never run ads, and they still close 20, 30 deals per year because their network is constantly sending them business. And it's not just business, right? It's wealth, because that kind of consistency builds predictability and allows agents to invest, save, delegate, and hopefully at some point in their career, it allows them to breathe. All right. And number 3, untapped potential. And this is kind of the kicker. Your next deal is probably in your phone right now. All right. I'll repeat that again. Your next deal is probably already in your phone right now. So let's unlock that. I want you to think about a recent win in your business. Who helped make it happen? Was it a lender you work with to make the numbers work? Was it another agent, a co-agent perhaps, who referred you someone they couldn't help? Was it a coach? Was it a mentor? Was it some sort of training that helped you find the confidence? Okay, write their name, whomever it was, write their names, and maybe text them. Maybe a thank you later today, or maybe sometime over the weekend. You'll be amazed what a simple "you made a difference" message can do for a relationship. Okay, because we don't just build through strategy, we build through gratitude. All right, let's talk identity. There's the lone wolf agents. They burn out, They generally will hoard information. They hustle in isolation. They have a transactional mindset. And they feel this innate pressure to do everything on their own themselves. So this generally will allow you to find yourself in more of a survival mode. And survival mode is not scalable. It creates a lot of anxiety, inconsistency, and constant fear of the pipeline drying up. And then you have your community connectors. They're energized. They share value. They collaborate with intention. They nurture meaningful relationships. All right, they're not transactional. They operate in the more relational model. And they aren't just networking, they're anchored by people who believe in them. Right, so you guys need to ask yourself, which one are you operating as today? More importantly, which one are you ready or want to become? So most agents treat networking like this. Who can help me get business right now? All right, but that's pitching. And we've talked a lot about if you've been a pretty consistent participant in these trainings. I always talk a lot about the fact that not all conversations have to be sales pitches. In fact, it's really important that they aren't. All right, people will get tired of that. They will get annoyed. You will alienate people that way. All right, so the who can help me get my business right now, whether you're actually quoting this or this is just sort of your overall approach and mindset, you're going to find yourself in consistent conversations where you're just pitching. What we want isn't pitching, what we want is planting. So let's reframe, all right? Be memorable. Not with business cards or taglines, but with how you make people feel. People forget what you say, but they remember how you will make them feel. That is a quote by Maya Angelou. And that is so important because that's really what all sales is. Like I think the literal dictionary definition of sales is a transfer of emotion. That's all that is. How you say things and how you make people feel is significantly more important than what you say. Be consistent. All right, fortune is in the follow-up. We talk about this. I did a whole training on lead conversion and talk about the importance of consistent follow-up. Relationships aren't built with one coffee meeting. They're built through ongoing moments of relevance. All right, it could be a quick check-in, a tag on a post, a shared win perhaps. All right, and the third thing is you got to offer value. You have to offer value. Our job, your job, our job as real estate agents, as a real estate community, is to give, not to sell. Send people tips, connect them to vendors, refer businesses to them. Know your market. If you want to get good at this, guys, just know everything about your market. I'm talking everything. Pick a 5-mile radius from where you live or where you do the majority of your business and just know everything about that radius, whether it be a couple of different communities or a couple of different neighborhoods, whatever. Then you become, again, we did this on the hyper-local marketing training. You become a resource for people, which is what you want. You want people to come to you with questions specific to any information about an area is such a huge tip that I can give you guys. And there's so much information out there. I mean, you can go into ChatGPT and you could just tell me everything I need to know about X, meaning which neighborhood or something like that. And then go out and preview. Like nobody previews properties anymore. It's baffling to me. That's all I did as an agent when I first started out. Just preview X amount. It was part of my business plan to preview X amount of properties every single week. All right. So when you can do that, when you can take all that in and you have this different mindset and different approach, and you're more about offering value, you become someone who isn't alienating people by pitching, but somebody who's planting seeds of being a really, really valuable, invaluable in some respects, resource. All right. So here are 3 plug-and-play scripts that you guys can do. Just super. I mean, there's a million of them, but here's just 3 I wrote down. Celebrate wins. Hey, just saw your post. Huge congrats. You're crushing it. Celebrate other people's wins is what I'm saying. All right. Offer resources. Hey, quick question. I updated my list of local service pros. Want me to send you a few recommendations? Super easy. And number 3, share insight. Hey, I saw something I thought would help you. Mind if I share a quick real estate tip? It doesn't have to be a real estate tip, guys. It could be some sort of social tip as well. Something going on in the neighborhood. It could be something going on in maybe the mortgage industry, although be careful. Some of you know how I roll, right? You got to stay in your lane. But if the rates drop, and it's pretty cut and dry, and we're seeing it, and we're the first to know, that's a great insight that you want to share to people, with people, right? So these aren't pitches, these are openings. And they position you as thoughtful and useful and credible.